Dear colleagues, we are very pleased to participate in the international conference. Our presentation is related to entrepreneurial intention and the factors that determine it. Specifically, we refer to the entrepreneurship education, focusing on higher education, as well as other demographic and social factors such as social, family, and we furthermore investigate the differences between the two genders regarding their intention to start their own venture. So, starting with the literature review, we can see some definitions of entrepreneurial intention. For example, we see that is a conviction by a person who intends to set up a new business venture and consciously plan to do so at some point in the future. Or we can see another definition, such as this of Donselwater 2010, who defined entrepreneurial intention as an individual's desire to engage in entrepreneurial activities such as starting a new firm or working for themselves. Findings in general agree that there are several factors which impact on the individual's intention to start a new venture. These factors are presented in the current table. First of all, we see entrepreneurship education and especially higher education, where students can participate in entrepreneurship courses. Many scholars, you can see some examples here, argue that there is a significant relationship between entrepreneurial intention and entrepreneurship education. Next, tutors and peers or educators with their personality, enthusiasm, and proper teaching methods can also affect students' intention to start their own business. Furthermore, the interaction with their peers can improve students' entrepreneurial self-efficacy and enthusiasm. Thus, it helps them to feel more confident to start something new. Many studies have also found differences between males and females' intention to be self-employed. And more specifically, we can see here that many scholars argue that men are more likely to want to pursue an entrepreneurial undertaking, since women are more risk-averse than men. Concerning age, we can see a common conclusion here that elderly individuals are less willing to undertake the starting of a new business. Or concerning the level of studies, we can see that students who had received entrepreneurship education exhibited higher intention in starting a new venture or startup. Furthermore, last but not least, father's occupation is also a very important factor which can be positively impact on people's decision to start a new business. We can see that father's occupation, whether self-employed or small company owners, is highly linked to children's life and thus in their decisions to start a new business, as they are exposed to entrepreneurial environment by seeing, hearing, experiencing, knowing entrepreneurial realities. Our research aims to evaluate all these previous factors and their impact on entrepreneurial intention. So we can see that we examine the support from their families, friends, and people they admire, the level of education, the gender, and the father's work status. The main purpose of this study is to examine the impact of entrepreneurship education and all the previous factors on the intention to start a new business among university students. In order to find these results, we conducted a research into 82 students of two Greek universities. In addition, we see other determinants such as gender, the level of studies, and family's occupations, and the social environment of these individuals in order to see the impact of entrepreneurial intention of these students. The research objectives can be summarized as follows. We aim to assess the general attitude of students towards entrepreneurship. We further want to analyze the extent to which students, families, peers, and others from social environments support them on their entrepreneurial intention. We furthermore like to evaluate how confident students feel about themselves for starting a new venture, and then to appraise students' determination and focus on having their business establishment in the future. These are our research hypotheses. We see the first hypothesis that entrepreneurial education has a positive impact of entrepreneurial intention. The second hypothesis is that peers have a positive impact on students' entrepreneurial intention. The third is that students' families with entrepreneurial background, especially the father's occupation, are positively related to entrepreneurial intention. And the fourth hypothesis is that males have higher entrepreneurship intention than females. This is our conceptual framework from the previous hypothesis. Concerning our methodology, we distributed the questionnaire to 82 students from master and bachelor programs of business administration department. We used SPSS tool to analyze our findings, and we can see these findings in the following slides. Concerning the first hypothesis, the result shows that education plays a significant role on their entrepreneurial intention, with a significantly higher intention for bachelor students in comparison with master ones. For the second hypothesis, we found that students appreciate the support they get on entrepreneurial intention from their family, friends, and other people that they admire. However, it's important to point that the level of appreciation was higher from friends and people they admire rather than their families. This is probably that because they take for granted the family support. Thirdly, we found that students who have a father working as freelancer or having his own business increases their intention to start a new business. So father has an important role on entrepreneurial intention. And finally, concerning the fourth hypothesis, we also confirmed that males appeared to process a higher entrepreneurial intention and confidence than females. Taking these into account, we conclude to the following statements. Education, first of all, plays a significant role on fostering entrepreneurial intention among students, more in undergraduate students than master ones, where a clear intention and focused entrepreneurship was found from our research. On the contrary, master's level students showed a low inclination to entrepreneurial intention by reporting in all questions low mean scores below 3. Entrepreneurial education also seems to have a substantial influence on male students' perception of self-efficacy in terms of starting up their own business compared to females. Father's employment also is a determinant and important determinant for entrepreneurial orientation, especially when a father owns a business or works as a freelancer. Then, factors such as family members and friends' support for the students' entrepreneurial behavior seem to be possible in their desire to become entrepreneurs. Gender as a demographic factor is also significant concerning its influence, with males exhibiting higher levels of accepting the influence than females. Overall, our participants appear to be considering a career in entrepreneurship, although their main work preferences lie in working for other employers. Males, this is important, in all questions, reporting higher intention for entrepreneurship than females. Finally, concerning the level of studies, undergraduate students indicated a greater intention to start their own business compared to master level of students who demonstrated a more cautious approach towards entrepreneurship. Thank you for your attention.